everyone and welcome back. If this is your first time, I hope you'll stay. Espero que te quedes. Now, as you can see from the title, we are aiming for a grade 9. That is it. That's our aim. We're going to get a 9 in Spanish, and that is it. Okay? GCSE Spanish, higher tier. If this is what you're doing this year, 2022, this video is definitely for you. Okay, so we're aiming for a grade 9, but you're just not going to get a grade 9 just because you're lucky. You have to work for it. You work for it, okay? So, I mean, you might if you're very, very, very lucky, but I doubt it. You need to be organized, okay? So, what's the first thing you need to ensure? That you know your topics, you know your themes, your 3 themes, what topics are covered. This will help you when it comes to studying of the vocabulary. You can organize yourself, as I mentioned last week, in a calendar. Okay, this week I'll do this topic, I will look at vocab, I will make sentences, I will do listenings. Go topic by topic, and that way you have a clearer understanding of where you're going and what you've done. Okay, so for theme 1, we have topic 1, which is me, my family, and friends. Probably one of the easier topics for us. Yes, and some of these topics you will find that you don't need to do much revision because you've probably spent a longer period of time studying it, and so it's easier. Spend more time on the topics that you don't know much about. The vocabulary is more difficult. Do that. Organize yourself the way you know best, okay? You know yourself, you know what you already know more than I do. Okay, so topic 2, technology in everyday life. Topic 4, costumes, festivales in Spanish-speaking countries and communities. Okay. Theme 2, local, national, international, and global areas of interest. For topic 1, we have hometown, neighborhood, and region. Okay. Topic 2, social issues. I've done quite a few videos on social issues to do with listenings. Perhaps those will come in handy right now. Topic 3, global issues. And topic 4, travel and tourism. And for theme 3, we have current and future study and employment. This even tells you here, that tells you future, current and future. What does that tell you? Tense. You need to know the current, which is the present tense, and the future tense. It's all indicative here, isn't it? Right, topic 1, my studies. Topic 2, life at school or college. Topic 3, education post-16. And topic 4, jobs, career choices, and ambitions. So these are your themes, these are your topics, and you need to spend quality time making sure that you're doing relevant reading, your vocab is there and you understand it, and so on. Okay? But in general, what do we need to get that 9? We're going to start with the speaking. As you know, the speaking is in 3 different sections. You have the role play first, then you have the photo card, and then you have a conversation following that. So what the examiner is looking for is this, that you know how to give an opinion and develop. Okay, so develop responses. So if they say to you, ¿tienes hermanos? Don't just say sí. Tengo hermanos. Somos 4, por ejemplo. Yo soy la menor. That's developing. It's not just saying yes. It's talking a bit more about your siblings. Okay? So I mean, you don't want to go on for ages either, but you don't want to just say one word. Okay? They're looking for knowledge of language. How well do you know Spanish? show off a little bit. Show that you know how to make sentences, that, yeah, you feel comfortable speaking in the language. Okay, they're looking for the photo cards for you to reply to all of the questions. And clarity is important, okay? Your message must be conveyed clearly. So they need to understand exactly what you're saying, you're to the point, and you're developing, okay? This is my opinion. Opino que, por qué, and so on, okay? You could give 2 examples for your opinion, whatever opinion you give. Okay, so what you're trying to do is go through as many photo cards as you can. I'm sure your teachers will have something in your resource cupboard or online. I'm sure they've given you lots of useful websites where you can get photo cards. And if not, make them yourself. There are lots online. Just look them up. Go through them, as many as you can, with a classmate or your teacher. Now, I always say I am not sure, because I don't know what school everyone's from, but most schools will have a Spanish assistant. Get that person to go over the photo cards with you, ask you questions, and so on. Now, if you find that you have absolutely no one to practice with, talk to yourself. Of course, you're running the risk of sounding like a crazy person, but this is something that I always recommend people do. I used to do it a lot when I was at school and at university. It works. When you're alone, think about conversations, think about how you would respond, think about possible questions. And what this does as well, it forces you to look up words that you don't know. It works. I've been doing it for years. I did it for many years, and it works. It works. So I do recommend you speak to yourself if you don't have anyone to practice with. You might not have anyone to practice with, and even if you do, it's for a limited amount of time, whereas you're with yourself constantly. You can. Right, your tenses. To get yourself the highest grade, you need to show that you're able to manipulate verbs, you're able to conjugate with ease, and have a variety of different tenses. So you need to minimum, you need present tense, the past simple, which is a preterito, and the future. Okay, now you can't get away from this. You need to spend time learning to conjugate and learning how to do grammar exercises. I did a video, I can't remember when, on this. Go practice. If you can't find that video, find Spanish exercises in your course book or online. Look up exercises to practice the past simple in Spanish. And not just those three. Think about the conditional. Do you know it? Do you know how to conjugate? Okay, think of verbs. Okay, jugar. Do I know how to conjugate yo juego, tú juegas, él juega, nosotros jugamos, and so on? Now, would you know how to do it in the past? Jugué, jugaste, jugó. Would you know how to do that? Voy a jugar, vas a jugar, él va a jugar, nosotros vamos a jugar. Okay? In conditional, jugaría, jugarías, él jugaría, nosotros jugaríamos. Check yourself. Do this. It's practice. Verb drill. Do them in the evening. And so to get a grade 9, you really need to make sure you're dedicating time to this. Otherwise, it just will not happen. It definitely will if you make time for this and you put the work in. It's not free. The 9 is not free. You have to work for it. I'm just showing you how to get it. Okay, so your tenses is an absolute must. You can't get around it. Okay, but minimum, past, the present simple and continuous, the past simple or the continuous, the future, either the simple or the voy a, vas a, that going to plus the infinitive that way. Conditional, optional, but try and go through as many grammatical structures as you know, okay? Again, vocabulario. I am doing this and you're not seeing the board at all, are you? This is better. This is much better. I just went through the speaking and you did not see that. What's wrong with me today? Okay, so you were missing that. You're speaking, you develop your answers and so on. Then going over photo cards, your tenses, and this one now, your vocabulary. Now, since we've seen the topics, you need to plan what theme or topic you're going to learn vocab on each day, okay? Even if it's 15 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour, dedicate time every day to learn vocabulary. Many students choose to use Memrise or Quizlet, and on the BBC website as well, you can use that to further enhance your vocabulary. And through reading, for me, reading is the best way to get better at vocabulary, okay? Listenings. We struggle with this the most because obviously the Spanish speak really, really quickly, as do we apparently. Okay, so you need to get some listening practice in. Get your teacher to give you some audios from past papers, or just audios of news. You can find this on your own. You don't need to depend on your teacher. With YouTube as well, you can listen to Spanish people speaking all the time. Series, the news, films, whatever it is. But make sure you're listening to the language a little bit every day, okay? Right. General language and reading, get some simple texts, okay? If you're thinking, I don't have any Spanish book, it's all right. If you don't have Spanish books, get some English books, get small sections and translate them into Spanish. Okay, and I'm sure that you have Spanish books in the language department. Okay, go to the language department or go to your teacher and say, can I have some short texts to practice translating from? Okay, do that. So you translate from English to Spanish and then from Spanish to English, both ways is going to be a useful thing to do. Right. Writing and reading exams, try and get some past papers and do them. Do the full exam. Do the full exam. Time yourself and then do rather than time yourself all the time, when you start getting serious about revising and preparing, take a little bit more time because this is not a race. And the next time you do it, then you time yourself because you're in preparation, you're preparing yourself a little bit more because the exams are drawing near and so you need to, you know, get moving, okay? Okay. Okay, all right, I've got to bend a little bit. Okay, Jazzy Structures and Jazzy Sentences, as we like to call them, they capture the examiner's attention. So, if you have not seen the video that I did about useful phrases and structures for GCSE Spanish, go back and look at that. And if you can't find it, let me know and I'll put the link down below. Okay, so structures that you will need to know are these very popular ones. Acabar de plus an infinitive. So acabar de, you would conjugate the acabar. So acabo de mudarme. I have just moved. Acabo de comer. I've just eaten. Acabo de means I've just done something, or he's just done something. Acabo de. Acabas de. Acaba de. Acabamos de. Learn these structures. The same with soler plus infinitive. Soler is another word we used to say normally. So, suelo comer. I normally eat. Or I normally go. Suelo ir. Again, you're conjugating the first part. I don't think you can see this. Okay. So, soler and infinitive. Antes de. Before plus infinitive. Antes de irte. Ir, okay, so ir would be the infinitive, or dormir, whatever verb ends in AR, ER, or IR is your infinitive. Antes de, you don't have to do anything to the antes because it's not really a verb. So, antes de hablar, before speaking. Antes de comprar, before you buy. These structures are really, really lovely ones. Now, we need to really learn the difference between antes y después. Antes, después. Okay? So, antes is before, después is after. Okay? So, antes, before, después, after. That brings me to time expressions that you need to learn as well. There's so much, but it's okay. Useful ones such as de vez en cuando, de vez en cuando. That's nice of speaking. Do you usually do sports? De vez en cuando, from time to time. So not often at all. From time to time. Okay, that's a nice one for you. Or, todos los días, every day, todos los días. Dos veces a la semana, twice a week. A veces, sometimes. Casi nunca. Casi, almost. Casi nunca. Okay? So, have a little look as well at your time expressions. Guys, I really wish you all the luck in the world, and I promise you, if you're covering all of these things, if you're going through your past papers, if you're spending time on vocabulary, and most importantly, if you're walking in with confidence. Confidence is key. Okay, confidence is key. If you walk in trusting the work that you've put in, you're halfway there. Be confident about what you've done. The work will pay off. You're going to get that 9. Let me know how you get on, and muchísima suerte. Y hasta la próxima vez. Take care, guys. Suerte. Adiós.